really interesting. Wow. Yeah, really interesting how he considered the fold so heavily because people just under bluff in these $400 tournaments. It's really, really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, what are his bluffs? You know, like if we really think about it, like sure, ace high has some showdown value if you had ace five, and when he raises the turn with maybe some backdoor diamond draw or something like that, he actually gets called. And on this kind of board, like what hands do you have that you're folding?
And it's gonna have some misdraws and things too. So I think calling is the only option myself. Let's see if Boogaloo got away from it. Ooh, call is 6.
So this is close between call.
Really interesting. So call is 6, raise is 7,500 is 10 points. And I'm going to say he said that because this is a very bad player. And so he thinks the very bad player is going to stack off here with worse queens a lot. I'm going to guarantee that's what he's going to say. Very interesting, though. I thought call for sure was the right answer. I never am in this spot. I don't know. Interesting spot, too. I think this is a little bit of a lesson for everyone out there, too. A lot of times, the hands we want to float with, like this one, are better as raises. So this kind of falls in that category.
Yeah, and he was kind of an echo chamber for us there, saying, you know, we just get better hands to call and worse to fold.
Yep.
Like he's going to have some gut shots in his range. He's going to have spade draws. He's going to have king X. And we kind of know, I mean, we kind of identify kind of what cards are going to be bad for us on future streets, and we're aware how to proceed on those cards.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's a very good point. Man. You right.
That was the best. You didn't say anything. You won. Just straight up.
You won. I'm just
All right, so ooh, look at this. You're not opening this. You just looked at this. You're not opening.
Button cut off, hijack, low jack, under the gun one. You are right.
Come on now. Okay. I am. So let's see if he.
He's got to open it, or there wouldn't be a hand.
It wouldn't
I'm
be a
already
quick.
down on points.
You're already down on points in real life. Now, obviously, you're gonna cheat, but
I'm gonna evolve.
you're gonna adapt, right?
All right, let's play it.
I'm going to cry if he says he's folding here. Like, if he's like, yeah, you should be folding this in this kind of tournament, and you were actually right. All right, cool.
Wah, wah.
Like a spot where we have
Ah!
standard.
Yes!
And the reason is because queen.
I just want to say for the record that this is the best 3-point score I've ever gotten in my life. Because the right answer was fold.
The right. But you heard what he said about the tables. This is a 3K.
Here comes the excuses. 10
The
points
excuses
fold.
to
It says
open
right
if your
here.
table is particularly tight and weak. Welcome to the $5 2K world. I mean, you know, the $11 10K. I'm opening this, yeah, for sure.
This is the best 3 points of my life.
Oh, that's hilarious. And everybody's 50.
nailed it. What the hell kind of play is that from King Queen? Who does that?
What the hell? Yeah, so Mad Dog.
Jonathan Little's an absolute crusher, so it's nice to have him.
Yeah, I agree, and I
Just
always love
coaching.
playing right after sessions like this because I feel like my brain's warmed up. I'm thinking through things, and so it's a good way to start your session for sure.
Right. All right, guys, this is it.
What's up, Mike? You want to give a gist? He was saying Narco Cop was playing about D-pipping about 28% of hands. He had been very aggressive in this $10 buy-in, and here are the options to fold, to call, to raise to 1,200, raise to... What? Wait a minute, he made it 800, and my man's giving options to 12 and 1,400 ounces. So it's already getting kind of spicy. That's so nasty. To be on the site with these other crushers, you know, well-known poker public figures is pretty exciting, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I didn't mention that when I was kind of giving a little intro here too. You know, Assassinato, Matt Affleck, John Little, all coaches on the site, so very highly respectable, quality poker content.
Yep, Evan Jarvis as well. You know, remember Evan Jarvis, Matt Affleck, Assassinato, John Little.
Yeah, so I guess that just makes sense. He just have the ace of clubs in his hand. That's interesting, though. I
How
thought
many
that was
points you got?
interesting.
You didn't do that bad. 45.
I like how you just pat me on the back. You didn't do that bad. Well, yeah, good job, buddy. Like,
The back.
I remember I got the higher score in the first one. So, we're 1 for 1, buddy.
I just want to know.
Calling, guys. Let's see if we're good.
Similar situation. That's pre-flop? I think pre.
All right, guys, we're checking, I guess. Oh, for fuck's sake.
One of the things I see people when it comes to poker is when people get to the turn and they have an opportunity.
When you're facing a min raise or just a touch more than a min raise, and there's an ante in play, which is going to be the case in most tournaments, I think, going forward, you want to defend pretty wide. If your opponent's making a 2.
All right, cool. You're going 1,400.
I'm going 1,400, guys.
I'm gonna go call with the arm and just see what happens.
All right, and
I would fold in game though, for the record, in case that's the winning end.
You won. You win. I have to concede. You win.
14K.
14K, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Well, no, we can't. This is a pretty rough spot because damn it.
Mm-hmm. Where do you gonna get my chat? They like naughty things. They like just beer, alcohol,
All right, let's do I can do a $10 ACR giveaway.
$10 ACR giveaway courtesy of my man Toe. For me beating that ass heads up in this. Sorry. No, we'll do this. We'll have to do it at least once a week, man. And then we'll do it every week a couple times.
So it's a tie.
I guess we got to give out $10 to each other's communities. We'll just do our own $10 free roll for each. Or does that sound fair?
Yes. Do you know what this means?
You win. I give his chat $10. Take it.
So that's cool because we have 2 ties and then a win from you and a win from me. This is like the epic battle. It's perfect. It's great.
Yeah, we're even Stevens.
This is awesome.
Take it.
I love it.
You know,
Stop. We got a giveaway going. Let's run the giveaway for the $10 ACR winner. Closing the giveaway. Drawing the winner. My man Sebs are getting the $10 ACR giveaway for this one.
all right.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Cool. Because I started my stream about 5 seconds early. I got jumped again. So I was just waiting for you to catch up.
Yeah, I'm ready.
What up, guys? It's the study stream with me and my main man, the craziest of sixes. How y'all doing? It's a poker coaching study stream where we get better and you make money in the same time. Exclamation point PC in the chat for you. Get a link to sign up for free where you get big blind charts for 100 blinds or more, a handful of quizzes, some homework assignments. If you sign up for the premium, there's webinars every week. There's 1,575 quizzes. There's homework assignments. There's courses. There's classes. There's a bunch of shit going on. Exclamation point PC to get in there. Thank you, Ryan. Exclamation point PC Discord in my chat. Exclamation point Discord in Six's chat, which we should probably sync that up because it just makes more sense. But join the poker coaching Discord in there. We got all kind of shit going on. Hand history rooms are bumping 24 hours a day. Sixes and I in there 24 hours a day. There's giveaways. There's Ask Me Anythings. We got one coming up. Can we spoil?
Yeah, absolutely.
Go ahead and spoil it, Sixes.
We got Matt Affleck coming up for the Ask Me Anything next month. I think we're going to do it the 5th. Matt Affleck will be in the poker coaching Discord. We'll be able to ask him questions, pick his brain, get a high level player one-on-one like that and be able to ask him questions is phenomenal. So be sure to be there. Jump in the Discord. I threw a link, and stay tuned for the exact day and time. Thank you, Phildy.
That shit is free. Get in there. Absolutely free. We've had AMAs with Giraffe Ganger, one of the best players in the world. We've had Jonathan Little on there. We've had Evan Jarvis on there, where you get to talk to him hand on anything you want to talk about. You can talk to him direct, mic to mic, and there you go. What else? If you don't know how this is going to work, tell them how it's going to work. Sixes.
Go ahead and throw the poker coaching. If you want to go ahead and type poker coaching in my chat or Toe's chat, we'll pick someone from each chat. You guys will go heads up for a chance to compete for $5. Whoever outscores the other in the quiz. So go ahead, get them in chat if you are interested in competing. Poker coaching, go ahead and type that in the chat, guys. You already know. What up, Crest? What up, D Mo, Crane Gaming, and the Toe Army? What up, baby?
You can ask Matt whatever you want, Beats, as long as you're respectful. Can I ask Matt who would win in a boxing match between him and Slayer? Are you talking about Slayer like Slay Abides, or are you talking about Slayer like the entire rock band, like 5-on-1 against Matt?
Here.
Good question, Ryan. Good question. Poker coach is coming in. Let me make sure that shit's working. It is.
Yep, it's good on my end.
We want to pick a quiz. No
yeah,
flaws. That fool's been traveling the world, not putting quizzes out.
1575 online tournaments with an ace 10-0.
Okay.
Looks good to me.
Mr. Matt.
What insurance company does he use? What up, Ray Janelle?
Definitely not Slay Abides.
Nope.
Dude, I don't know if you guys know. That guy's big. He's like 6'5".
Oh, really? I didn't know.
Yeah, he's like 6'5", 250. He's a big mofo.
Yeah, he seems cool as fuck.
Guar wins. That's funny. That's because it's like Guar's got all that like makeup and costume shit on. Like,
oh, Beavis and Butthead days.
Don't sleep on Affleck. Affleck's super athletic, guys. If you don't know, that guy played in a traveling basketball league. He can hit golf balls into the next county. He does hikes at elevation without breaking a sweat. Affleck, he's no joke. He's been doing boxing at Extreme Couture. If you guys are familiar with who Randy Couture is, for like 2 years. Don't sleep on Affleck.
Yeah, he's a handful. Matt Affleck a hoop for real? I bet he's got a J for sure. I bet he's got a little J. All right, cool.
Ready to roll?
Let's pick. Yes, sir. You go ahead.
Jerome coming in right away as our first person up there. What up?
Oh shit, who we
Good
got?
luck, Jerome.
Let's see. He's the modern day Larry Bird. Big Town Brown. Oh shit. Oh shit! And then you win the giveaway. That's kind of sick.
You gotta be careful. Jerome just growled at you. Roar in the chat.
Oh shit.
He roared. He's ready to go.
Ruh-roh, Shaggy.
We got him shook. Intimidation, step 1.
Good luck, my dude. BTB in this bitch. Cleveland's finest nowadays. What up, holding these nuts? How you doing, man?
In, coach.
Hey, thank you, Ashwin. Maybe, hopefully I got that right. Thank you for that follow. All right, cool. We got BTB on our end versus the world.
Real quick, thank you for the 20 months, Bruce. You're a goddamn legend. And ACR Chat Pro, thank you for the follow.
All right, let's go.
All right.
All right, in this hand we have ace-10 offsuit in the big blind. Under the gun's going to raise. Big blind, or the button's going to call, and it's on us in the big blind. Should we fold, call, or raise to 14,000?
Oh, okay. Interesting spot. Rip Priest, says Ryan.
All right, guys. Ace-10 in the big. What do you like?
Are we calling, or is it time for them to get squozing?
Raise or call. Folding is there as well.
Everyone has a plan.
Knit Nation.
In the face.
Knit Nation, where are you?
There's an old jiu-jitsu saying that's like that, Jerome, where like you're a black belt in jiu-jitsu, then you get punched in the face, and now you're a brown belt. Then you get punched in the face, and now you're a purple belt. Get punched in the face, now you're a blue belt.
We're about 70, 80, let's just say 80 BBs effective. What is this, 90? Yeah, he's like 80 bigs effective.
Yeah, for as far
these guys in there.
We're roughly as fuck. That's how deep we are.
Yep.
Super deep, Cap.
Just a call. 14 for Big Town Brown. Cool. There it is.
Fratcaster Jake coming in with the raise. Bruce, Meatball, all calling. Jerome calling. Bill's calling.
Just call. Man. All right. Call or full, Demo says.
Fair, Julius.
All right, cool. You ready?
I am ready. Jerome is calling. I tend to flick the chip in here, but I'm bringing up the chart right now because I know these 10x hands are a lot of times are good squeeze. The only problem is that this guy's opening from early position, which when you have the early position opens, you tend to flat more than squeeze. Button cut off 4, 3, 2, 1 versus. Button.
So you're cheating beforehand.
I haven't looked yet. That was all description. Look, you can
so
see.
What would you do in game?
It's blank. I said I would flick a chip in normally, but I'm double checking myself because I know we squeeze the 10x a decent amount. I don't know if we do it as much when the guy's an early open. Those lean us toward flats. So that's what I would say.
Yeah, I think at this stack that we probably just flat and then go with the more strong linear range. Maybe flat this and then just squeeze ace queen and then like ace jack suited and stuff like that. But I would say this is
Damn, this kid is nasty. Look at this chart. Fucking starting to raise an ace queen and ace jack suited. He's a goddamn legend in the game.
I think deeper it's only strong linear, right? And then like when you get shallower, you can just like 3-bet bluff. Yeah, just like so we don't want to bloat it here. He's going to have a strong opening range. It's already has like 15-16% hands he's opening or something like that. And trying to squeeze that with this. Nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
All right, so we're Big Town Brown is squeezing.
It's a call all the way until 40 bigs. And 40 bigs is when it becomes a squeeze.
Sounds about right. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and do 14s.
We're calling.
14.
I think our hand is just too weak to squeeze here. If I had him like ace jack suited or ace queen offsuit, I would consider re-raising here. But our hand's much too weak. It's also too strong to fold. So leaves us with one option, which is call. Flop comes ace 8-3 rainbow. We're gonna check it. Player's gonna bet 3,200. The button calls. Should we fold? Call. Raise to 10,000 or raise to 15,000.
Ruh-roh, Shaggy.
Ruh-roh? What now? Who's getting nasty and check raising? Ashwin says, rip it.
Ace 10 suited also calling in this spot, Julius.
Yeah, you don't want to.
Jerome, letting us know that he's tanking right now. Thank you for the warning. So I'm not looking for you.
Not getting fancy yet. Just call.
Adam Ranger calling.
Here we go. What now? What are we doing here, guys? Call this one.
Call. Can't raise, can't fold, says Ryan. Call. Don't even love calling for real, but can't fold, says Cap. Well, I'm kind of with you, Cap.
Everybody's
call for Jerome.
I'm still waiting. Oh, okay. Big Town Brown's calling.
Not a raise in the bunch.
Yep.
It's
Demo says check raise 2.6. Ooh. So no.
It is close, Julius. Ace Jack suited is the raise, and Ace Queen off is the raise. Those are the bottom.
Yeah. All right, cool. BTB's just calling over here.
Calling.
I mean, I don't think we're check raising this in a multi-way pot when under the gun is deciding to see bet in the middle. Because I think he may even mix checking some of his middling ace X.
He's supposed to check
population
range.
Probably over. Well, I mean, some
amount.
people, yeah, he should be, but I think population's still gonna always see bet like ace queen, ace queen. I mean, they just don't know any better, so he's just always gonna be betting those type of hands. So I don't see what we get better to call and worse to fold.
And that call in the back seat's fucked up too, right?
Yeah, we have an over to the 8 as well, so we can make like better two pair and stuff like that. We just can't fold. We need 17% equity, and we have top pair, reasonable kicker, can't fold. So all right, we're just calling.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Yep.
I think calling is going to be the best option here. I think our hand is a little bit too weak to squeeze. If it's close though, if I had Ace Jack, I'd really make it 10,000 here a lot. I think making it 10,000 here isn't really that big of a mistake at all. I think it's actually very reasonable. But I think calling's gonna be the best option. I think folding is still out of the question at this point in the hand. Our hand is just too strong. It doesn't need much protection, so I think I like the call here.
10K.
Should do call. King of diamonds. We're gonna check it to the razor, who bets 14,000, and it's back to us. Should we fold, call, raise to 35,000, or go all in?
Damn, this motherfucker fired again. This fucking guy.
All right, cool.
Hey, what up, Dennis?
Yeah, he says it's a reasonable option, but honestly, it's like they're gonna get torched more often check raising, in my opinion.
Especially when the earlier the open, right? The early open, the more.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like something cool. Like if you want to mix it in your game occasionally, just to have it. But I don't know if it's something you want to have at full frequency check raising that spot. I think you're just gonna get fucking wrecked. But what do I know?
Kept folding.
14Ks. He goes gigantic.
Jerome talking himself into calling. I'm not folding. I'm not folding. I'm not folding. I call.
Low
I call.
frequency for sure. Good. I like that it's low frequency. It seems cool to have, man. I agree with you. BTB goes 35K.
Grab the ace up your sleeve and call. I like that. Closest calling. This fucking guy.
BTB, you serious? You want me to click that button for you? Damn, Smokey. Fucking play around with BTB and just get wrecked. This cat is fearless. Well, we're going 35K over here.
Oh shit.
What are you guys doing over
Calling.
there?
Jerome's calling. I like fuck, man. I'm half with Kep on this one. Like I hate this spot when he fires twice.
It feels
I really
terrible.
don't want to fold. I don't think Matt Affleck's gonna fucking fold. But this was multi-way, and he fired in the front seat twice, and he raised an early position. This is ugly. This
I mean,
is,
you
speaking
need
of Matt Affleck,
30% equity, right? Yeah, but we're multi-way, and I don't know how that influences our minimum defense frequency in a spot like this. But I don't feel like we can fold for one more. Probably fold to the triple, but this feels like we have to call at least one more. It feels fucking terrible. You don't love it.
no.
I don't think we can fold. I mean, MDF for 30%. What else? We have two pair and stuff like that. It feels like it just has to be a call. We can't just only call two pair and stuff like that if we're continuing with 30% of our range. But also it's multi-way, so I don't know how that influences our thing. But at the same time, he's bombing like you said.
Twice, like
C-bet, double
this
barrel.
is so bad.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna act like I haven't just fucking folded this spot because I feel like I don't feel like punting chips, right? Like it's just this guy is never bluffing.
I don't fucking hate folding here, and I'm gonna say that like I'm on stream. Don't show you guys this table, then fold, so I don't have to hear you say anything to me about it. Just nobody knows. Yeah, man. Like I said, like this sucks. If you know, reading the room, this really sucks.
All right, well, we're going 35K because we ain't never ever scared.
We're calling because Jerome is scared, and but hand's pretty good. It's a tough spot.
I'm with you, Jerome. All right, 35K. Let's go. Oh shit.
I think folding here is the best
Woo,
option.
thank you,
Well,
Matt.
it's getting
Thank
pretty
you.
hard here for the under the gun player
Thank you,
to
Lord.
find.
I thought he was going to
bluffs.
tell me I had to call here. Woo!
You know,
Nice
all their
one,
ace X
Cap.
hands are a pair, all their king X hands are a pair. They could be bluffing with like a
And gave you
queen
that.
jack or jack 10. So
And
having
a
ace
500
10 isn't
tomorrow.
that great because we block some of the bluffs. I think a lot of bluffs from under the gun have to come from like 8-7 suited, 9-8 suited, pocket fours, pocket fives. Most people don't find those bluffs. We're bluff catching here, and we're bluff catching without a way to improve. And we're gonna have every ace X of diamonds here. We will have I'd rather call here with 8-7 of diamonds than ace 10 offsuit, I think, because we actually have a way to improve with that hand. So I think folding here is the best option. Calling is reasonable, but I think it's really thin, and especially against most people, they're just not finding enough bluffs here to induce us to
thank
call
you,
with this
Affleck.
hand. I did call,
Here we go.
and I don't really like it that much. I think folding is the best option here. Six of hearts on the turn.
Get ripped on.
We check.
Check.
And our opponent shoves all in for 76,000.
Get ripped
Should we
on.
fold or call?
You know it. Soon as he called, you know you're getting ripped on.
How many
That's
points was the
saddest
raise?
shit. Fucking 3.
Okay. Didn't get goosed.
Ray Janelle says timeout. Real talk. I could see that too for sure. Get the clock called on you.
Yeah.
Have the floor come over.
6
Waste
points for the
everybody's
call. Yeah,
time.
it's one of those awkward spots, Jerome. And like we said, like reading the room, like, I mean, it's just about, you know, it's almost like playing live when it's just, you always hear Jonathan say, does this guy look strong? Does he look like he loves his hand? When you're playing online poker, when this guy bets twice out of position into two people, like, fuck, man, he loves his goddamn hand. That's a
DC
problem.
doing I feel you on that so much. Decide to fold instantly, but tank before actually folding. So fucking, it hits me in the feels. All right, well, I mean,
Well,
dude,
lots of
anybody
folds,
is
lots of folds.
anybody calling? Anybody
Lots
out there
of folds,
calling?
Lots of folds. You said you're going with, what's the BTB answer there, Jerome? I didn't hear it.
Oh, BTB's never. Oh, BTB folded.
He folded here?
Yeah, he actually folded there.
So then Jerome folding here too.
Next hand, boys. All right. Well, yeah, get me out.
Are you
right?
priced at a committed at this point, says Jay Bills. We'll get there in a second. Julia says he's only calling his mom. Call her for help. That's pretty fucking funny, actually.
That's good. All right, get me out. I think.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to fold the turn. Like, and Jay Bills, we're not priced in because they gotta think. People say, oh, I'm priced in here and there, whatever. But like, you got to think, does your hand ever win at Showdown? And if your hand never wins at Showdown, then you're not priced into.
Dude, we called the big fucking massive size on the turn, and he's not scared, and he just rips it now. We called multi-way, a flop bet, a turn, gigantic 70% pot, and then we get to the river, and he's still like, cool, let's fucking rip it now. It sounds like a bad story. It sounds like a scary movie. Get me out.
Jerome
Sounds
said,
terrible.
calling my sponsor. This hand's about to drive him back to the drink. Gotta be careful.
I guess if you had a bluff, you just follow through. But god damn, it feels like you're just wrecked because they're just gonna have 3s, 8s. All right, get me out. Folding. You ready?
I like Adam Ranger's plan. Aggressively fold. I like it. All right, let's do it.
Fire them bitches in there.
This mother.
All
All
right.
right, let's go.
Yeah, kind of a no-brainer here. If I were to fold the turn, this is a no-brainer on the river. We're going to have a 6 of diamonds. We can have 8 6 of diamonds. We can have ace 8 still, potentially an ace 3, ace 6.
Yep.
So lots of ways we can have better hands to call with. I don't think there's any reason for us to call with this hand.
Right. Nobody
Can we
called the
fold
river.
this
We
pre?
all folded. Hell no,
If
we're not
we
folding
know
this in
under the
million
gun doesn't
years.
raise without ace 10 plus and 8 8 plus. I mean,
No,
if
this
you
hand still has too much
know-
equity. No.
Well, in the
no,
exact range that he gave, you're only beating 2 hands in the entire range.
But you're still gonna flop
In reality-
hands and equity. But the thing is, you're gonna be able to win the pot post flop when you flop better hands boards for your range, and then they make mistakes, or you can float. They check turn. You're not just playing the hand for its raw equity versus a strong range. There's going to be a lot of other instances where you can win the hand.
Yeah.
You're not just relying
And
on
there's
the
dead
fucking hand
money
to
in the
make
pot,
it
and
to
you're already
win.
partially
You're playing.
invested.
We're playing poker. We're not playing who best hand wins. We're actually fucking playing poker. So don't be scared to play poker.
Damn, you guys
All
got
right.
his ass fired up.
Yeah, I hate that
You
shit.
got it
People
got
like,
serious there.
Nits, wake your ass up,
serious in here for a second. The fuck?
Nits, wake your ass up, Nits. All right, let's go.
36 for Jerome.
We got fucking smoked.
Griefed because Big
A
Time
27.
out there punting.
No, he wasn't punting. He was just doing his thing, you know. He's out there making aggressive mistakes. We don't call that. We just call those aggressive mistakes. So it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Aggressive mistakes, they happen.
They do.
All
Jerome.
right.
Congratulations on your $5.
Keyword. me see what we
Keyword.
LOLW in my chat. We got an emote for it.
LOLW. Damn, I had one too.
Uh,
Go. LOLW. Dog jelly.
Dog jelly. I was thinking about that before
Change
this
it
shit.
up
It'll be
on
back.
you.
Dog jelly will be back. The net just got here. I'm awake. Wake your ass up, at least. We love to see it. Good morning. Good afternoon. All right, cool. Let's pick another one. In the meantime,
Another one in the. There's a new Asasianada quiz, which I'm not saying we should take it because it might be 15 minutes long. However, I find that intriguing. I don't think he's put out a new quiz. Oh, I guess he has been putting out quizzes a little bit.
I mean, if he wants to hit me up, if he wants to consult with us and we have a talk, like, bro, you gotta.
Content's good. Gotta edit. Gotta self-edit, Alex. What's crazy is when you meet him in real life, because Sixes and I have both met him in real life, the guy doesn't say a goddamn word. He's quiet as fuck. You know why? Because everything he's got to say about anything is in these fucking quizzes. He's out of words. It's like that Eddie Murphy movie where he like has a certain amount of words and it counts down. I forget the name of that movie.
So we got a couple of different options. We can do a Tristan 1569. We can have these JL quizzes 1573.
Let's just work our way down. You want to play cautiously or you want premium made hand?
Premium made hand, right, for sure.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Make it easy. All right, I'm ready to roll.
No flip Saturday, thank God. That's right, Julius. That's how he always gets us, this motherfucker. Gets us on the flip.
Oh shit, we got Crest waving in this bitch.
Oh, you got a good one. You got a good one. We're bringing in the heat, Mr. Julius.
Oh,
is that
shit.
all the fucking like legends of the army?
Let's go, Rutro Shaggy.
And it's not that Assassin's quizzes are bad, and there is a lot of value in those quizzes. In the context of having to have a show where we're not listening to him talk for 5 to 7 minutes, it doesn't work for this format. But in all, like the guy's good and has great content.
Yeah, if you're sitting at home studying, it's great. Like to hear his explanation and thought processes within hand, and the way he visualizes the game. The way we're sitting here streaming, there's just no way we can sit here for 20 minutes or 15 minutes and go through his quizzes, man. It's just we wouldn't be able to get enough in. Yeah. That's all. His content's great. He's
we can give you 4 of everyone's quizzes or 2 Assassinado quizzes.
1 or 2.
That's what you get. So that's why we
Which one were we doing?
No disrespect. 1573.
Yep. All right, let's do it.
All right, Julius.
Oh, you got Julius. Let's go.
Ready?
Sorry. Yep.
Here we have Jack, 7 of spades on the button facing a raise from a tight aggressive player and a loose splashy player call on the cutoff. Should we fold, call, re-raise to 1,500 or re-raise to 2,500?
These are spots that I don't play well.
BTB instantly goes
multi-way and near the bottom of the range is where I
this is the crazy.
Like this.
I see like 175 bigs, 200 bigs plus, and I just get the crazy 8s feel, like the Iggy crazy 8s feel. I get those vibes. It feels good. All right, what are we doing here, guys? Don't be shy.
Dennis folding, Sutton folding.
Squeezing full call.
17 blind charts. What?
17.
We are there deep as fuck.
Hey, North.
Oh, no, we're 175 BBs deep.
Eugene, how you doing?
Oh, he said 175 BBs deep. Beats, my bad. You said it right. I read it wrong. My bad, homie.
Police says fold. I think fold here, Putt says. Oh, we're great, man. How are you doing, bud? Good to see you, man. Thanks for joining.
Lots of folds.
Shit.
Ryan thinks it's a VPIP. Everyone else.
Chris. Calls.
Kind of
I'm sorry. You got a bunch of folds over there?
Bunch of folds.
Net Army. Almost done my first.
Oh, Jerome's not folding. He says I'm too rich.
Yeah, hit me up about that, North Ball. I'd be happy to look over that.
We could spew.
In position, only reason I'm there. Cool. What is Julius doing?
Julius is stalling. Julius, what the fuck? What are you doing, buddy?
That's a great point, Dusty.
Call for Tina. Call for Beats.
You got a Damo.
It is apprehensively going 1.5K.
Ollie behind you in the small blind or big blind folds because you're going to get fucking squeezed by calling and then just call. All right, cool. I'm always calling here, so I don't know.
I'm always folding.
Yeah, I mean, versus loose, splashy, bad. These kind of hands specifically on the button. Put me in. Tag me in, Coach. Jack 8, Jack 7 suited plus. Queen 8, Queen 7 suited plus. I'm squeezing some of those hands at some frequency versus some players if I think I can get a head up and they play Terrible. But no, I mean, we can flick.
You guys are off the charts. Jack 9's the 9x suit is where it starts on the charts.
Fair enough. That's a 100 big blind chart, but we don't have 175, 200. The deeper we get, maybe we can expand, especially versus like worse players who are going to make mistakes post flop. If you want to have a little bit of wider exploitative range versus these players, in my opinion, is probably reasonable. But I'm always going to make an excuse to play wider at some points.
We're too deep
right,
now, Julius. It's 1,500 for you, sucker.
Feels like a cash game. All right, we ready?
Yep.
All right, we're calling, I
We're
believe.
1,500.
Yep. Let's do it.
Jack 7 of spades is certainly not a premium hand. It's not even especially that strong in terms of being a decent suited connector, because we are going to be running into hands like Jack 10 a decent amount of the time. So whenever we make top pair, we're not especially loving it. Also, if we make a straight, every once in a while, we're going to be against Queen Jack and have the lower end of the straight. So I definitely do not think you have to play this hand. That said, early in deep stack tournaments on the button, I'm pretty inclined to play. I usually call here. Every once in a while, I'll re-raise to 2,500 if I think we're going to be able to get a bluff through, or have one player call and then have them check fold a lot of the time on the flop. If you are going to re-raise, you want to make it kind of big, like 2,500, because if you make it 1,500, your opponent's going to be both getting very good odds, and they're just going to call every time, which is not really what you want. Like, you don't care if your opponents fold out King Jack offsuit, right? Like, that'd be a pretty nice success. And the only way you're going to get that to happen is to make it on the bigger side, like 2,500. That said, I'm fine with calling here, recognizing you're going to lose the pot a lot of the time, but whenever you do flop well, you stand to get paid off pretty well. All right, 4-way flop, Jack, Jack, 3. That's pretty good. The cutoff, the loose splashy player bets 1,000 into the 2,300 pot. Should we fold, call, raise to 2,000, or raise to 3,000?
Well, bazinga!
No flush draws available. Jack, Jack, 3, rainbow. Flop very good, but we do face a bet. What are we doing here, guys? Anyone finding a raise? Obviously, folding is out of the question. And if you are raising, are you min raising, 3xing, or just calling? What do we like?
Julius just calling. Call the chat.
Pretend to throw out 2 calling chips, 500 chips, but there's actually a 1K chip underneath and min raise it. Ooh, levels.
Whoa, that was way too much for my online playing mind. It's a concept.
Pretend you meant to throw out 2 calling chips, but you throw out 2 raising chips to 2K. Pretend like you meant to throw out 2 calling. Yeah. I've seen it. I've seen motherfuckers do that shit live all the time. This is our worst Jack, I fucking hope, and unblocks all the backdoor flush draws. He's got ace 8. 3K Demo says, okay, so there's a raise. Definitely call min raise.
Let
me see if
Hollywood raising.
I've been watching the WPT from 2005. I'm ready for this shit. Wait a minute. Where you at, man? Let's go, Chris. Put something in chat. You know what to do.
He's splashing him bad.
We're still waiting.
Julius calling.
I said, call, bruh. Make sure to tag me, bruh. There's a lot of shit in chat. Make sure to tag me. All right, cool. He's calling.
So is Julius.
Yeah, I mean, I'm never raising here.
I'm always raising here.
Nope. There's a lot of better Jack X in there. You're going to isolate yourself versus a better Jack. There's no flush draws to be afraid of. You get worse hands to fold and make those hands indifferent. Like, there's just no fucking raise. There's just no way we can raise this.
I'm pretty sure we raise all our Jacks.
Not multi-way like this. I put a good amount of money. There's no way we're raising this Jack X. I'd put some good money to bet.
We need someone to
moderate this. No protection needed. Like the rate, there's just no shot. I'd put $500. There were never.
Oh shit!
Races. I'm pretty confident. Like it just makes no sense to raise. It feels so bad to raise. But let's see.
good.
JL might say, "Hey, we want to raise here for
Feels
build the
good
pot.
to raise.
Raise, fold, bad jacks. Raise and fold.
That's what he gets for betting out of position, the fucker. All right. I wrote
Heads
it down.
up, I
I'll
don't
run it
hate,
after
but
the stream. It's a three-way.
These guys are also just have some jack. Oh, they're jack X better that they're just gonna check at some frequency as well. Like just no, I would hate a raise. We're gonna call. Let's see if JL says you want to raise here.
Okay.
I bet he does. Let's do it.
This is a neat spot where even though we have trips, which is normally very, very strong, if a lot of money goes into the pot in this situation, I think we're actually in pretty bad shape. Because if you think about the jacks that most people play, they're usually jack 8 and higher, right? Most people aren't calling preflop raises with jack 4 suited. And there's only one combination of the jack 4 suited anyway. Whereas a lot of people play all of the jack 9, jack 10, queen jack, king jack, ace jack, right? So while we have the best hand here most of the time, if we make the pot big, we are somewhat likely to be beat if we get action, right? So this is a spot where I think calling is the only option. I'm not going to do anything fancy like min raising, hoping to get the guy to call with ace high or pocket sixes. If they do have those hands, it's going to be kind of tough to win a lot of money anyway, but all we can do in this spot is make our range look as wide as we possibly can by calling. And I would also call here some stuff like king, queen of hearts for, overcards with decent equity. So it's not like I'm only continuing here by calling with very strong hands. I do call. Turn is the 7, so we have the super nuts. And now the opponent checks. That's a bummer. You wish they would just keep blasting it, but they don't. Should we check, bet 2,000, bet 4,000, or bet 6,000?
Gosh. We do this, Cress. Let's go. We can't ever. Yeah, guys, be careful raising this spot. I'm like Jonathan. You will get fucking destroyed when they start putting in more money. They never have worse. Time bank check. Cress says 2K. North Paul saying 2K as well. DC 2Ks. Dang, those buttons look crazy. With our prenup. You like 4K here. Okay. Mixing
Julius
check and 2K.
playing possum. Checking.
I bet 3K though IRL. Go like 60%. I got you. Leaning 2K. Check lit splashy player bet river. Why did he check?
4K for Presty.
It's a good question. Do
You
ever
said bet
think he
small
should
though,
check, man?
Presty. The pot's 4,300. You're betting 4K, so that's not small. Just want to make sure you read the room.
Do you think it's continuing range? Oh, wait a minute. Did they both go?
Ryan checking. Yeah, Julius checking.
Chris is going 2K. Ooh, this is where things are going to get interesting. Kind of get interesting here, right? We have a very deep SPR. Feels like we want to put more money in this pot, but at the same time, his range feels fairly capped. But he can also check some stronger hands, combined with the fact he was just calling pre-flop. I don't know, man. I wonder if the solver checks a hand this strong to allow him to bluff or make hands we can get value from on the river, since his range feels pretty capped and hard to call 2 bets. Or does it just bet because we have such a deep SPR for value and try to get more money in the pot? Fuck. I could see check or 2K. But is his range inelastic and calling between 2K and 4K? Poker's hard. A lot of good questions. What are you doing here, Tom?
I'm definitely betting.
You going big? I
don't think this guy
blue
blue splashy bet checks a jack, so I'm probably betting small here, and then if he calls, bombing the life out of the river.
Yeah.
I've got a
That would
little
be my center line. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm a mix between 2K and check, but I would mostly just go smaller here. Does feel like his range is pretty fucked.
I don't really hate checking, but I think when we check, it's not like he's going to start bluffing river.
Yeah.
Right? And so might as well bet here and get value from splashy player overplaying like pocket 8s and pocket 9s and shit like that. And if he does have a jack, I really want to keep betting because I want to stack this motherfucker. And we're deep as hell.
Yeah, it feels too deep there. I think if we have a lower SPR where we can get in a lot more money on the river,
We could, like,
or
check jam
potentially
river.
get our entire stack or something like that, where they put in a bet and then the SPR is going to be closer to 1. But in this is so deep, maybe we need to bet. And if I'm going to bet, I guess I go small. So 2K for me as well. These options are so silly though. Half pot and yeah, I know. I don't really care for the bet options myself either, prenup. But given what we have, let's go ahead and go 2K. All right, I clicked it.
We checked.
Nice.
Even though we have the super nuts, we definitely want to bet here unless we can just tell the opponent's done with a hand. Every once in a while when you're playing live poker, you can just look and tell your opponent does nothing. If that's the case, then sure, check it back. But this is a situation where when the cutoff bets the flop, they usually have something. So what is something in this scenario? It's either going to be a pair, which has some equity, a jack, which is never folded, ace high, which will probably fold any bet, or a backdoor draw. And when the opponent checks the turn, it kind of implies they missed the backdoor draw. So if the opponent has ace high or worse, they're probably going to fold to any bet. But if they have a pair, which I do think is most of their range, like pocket eights, I think they're going to call a reasonable bet of something like 2,000. We could certainly go 4,000 if you can look and tell your opponent likes their hand, right? Like say they're staring you down, they're clearly intent on playing this hand, then I could see going for 4,000 being fine. I would not go 6,000 though, unless you can just really tell your opponent loves their hand and they're not folding. Whenever you start pulling out the overbets on the earlier betting rounds, like the flop or the turn, they typically scare people off unless they have a very strong hand. So for that reason, I'm usually not using those sizes. So either I'm going to go 2,000 or 4,000 in this spot, depending on the read I have on my opponent. This time I do go 2,000, which I think is fine. Like I said, this is going to get called by all pairs. Maybe even ace high gets sticky and decides to call. Maybe a small bet will induce our loose splashy opponent to decide to check raise us every once in a while, which would be great. So I like this play. And we get called. Fine, good. Awesome. River's a 4 of clubs. And the opponent checks. Should we check? Actually, no, we're not checking. Should we bet 3,000, bet 6,000, bet 9,000, or bet 12,000?
All right, here we go. Pot's 8,300. What do we do?
Oops. What now? 6 for Raging Al. I'm going 9Ks.
6K per cap.
12K.
Pete's going 9, overbet.
Oh, how greedy do I want to be for value? Ooh. Crest says 6K for the swish, making it look bluefy. 9K to polarize.
6K,
So-
6K, 12 for chest hole. A lot of 9s, a lot of 6s.
Get some 12. God. The 12s are just in my heart. The 12s. 3 or 12. Got bad news about the 3. Never ever.
12,
Never
9,
ever
6,
in 1 million runs of this spot
6,
am I
6,
ever
9,
betting 3.
9, 6.
All right, cool. Crest is going
just got
6.
knocked off line. I'm back on my phone. So, Julius needs a second. He just got back online.
All right, cool.
I keep overbetting. They keep calling, says Chesthole. It's kind of a
He
man
stuck
after
it
my
in
heart.
for 2 streets. So I'm YOLO 9K. Try to induce a loose splashy with the small bet. Yeah, but you're just missing value with 3K. There's just no way 3K is ever a bet.
True.
Not with this.
Spoiler.
I can see 6. We're giving.
All right. What are you doing there, Julius? What are you doing, boss? What happened against to us by phone? On the turn,
Exactly,
we
Matt.
bet 2K and they checked. We bet 2K and they called. Get to the river, they check.
Matt knows them Henny boys are never going 3K on the river. 12K. North Paul said this guy never has a jack, only shittier, full house, or straight with hearts. So you got to get check raised. So you just don't get check raised enough. Oh, I see. Yeah, if you go 3K, you would hope to induce a check raise by using that size. And North Paul saying that's never going to happen.
No.
Boomtown, boom with the follow.
Julius, what's the decision?
Really appreciate that.
You betting for
All right.
value? What size?
Come on, Jew.
Julius,
Elias.
killing me, buddy. 3 into 8, 6 into 8, 9 into 8, or 12 into 8.
He gets a shot clock.
He's struggling. Three, 2.
I know you
One.
want to think.
We're going 6.
but
It gets defaulted to 6. I don't even know if that's what I'm doing. But
this is JL Hero Call Poker. This is Jonathan Little quiz.
6.
So yeah, you got to kind of use that angle on how you think the coach would play the hand as well if you're trying to do it for points. But you know,
I mean, don't you really got to
to
think about how Jay Saliba's going to play the hand because he runs all the Justin Sims or JL
Jonathan.
Sims. Justin runs all the JL Sims.
Who was wondering too?
There's a few 12s out there. What size are you going 6s?
You know, I do think 6K just gets called by all the pairs almost always kind of at this point. 12K probably starts making some hands indifferent since we don't show up here with a ton of bluffs. Maybe we call with some backdoor heart draws that would just get here and need to bluff. Some floats, a handful of backdoor floats when he checks, we just go bet. But I mean, honestly, I'm greedy as hell. Like in game, I get to this spot, I'm 9 or 12. I think 6 gets called all the time if you think the guy's kind of weak. But I would be like 9 or 12 here in game, like every fucking time.
Yeah, I'm mostly just clicking pot. You know,
Yeah.
Which is about 9.
So 9K for you. I would go 12 versus some, you know.
I would go 12 against some too. I like it.
You're on ignition 9K. Yeah, like 9K. I mean, 6K, if you think it's a pretty tough spot and it's going to be hard for this guy to call, you think he's uncomfortable, he's not going to call all the time, probably 6K just always gets called. But man, 12 is just I'm gonna have a missed draw here.
If I'm in the 6s, it's going to be like 6'8", 6'9", like 6,800, 6,900, like right under 7 to try and play that little game of, you know, making it look a hair smaller. But
exactly, he never has queens plus or anything like that.
He didn't 3-bet pre.
No. So, I mean, the best hand best pair he might have here is like 8s or 9s. I think people are generally using 10s and jacks. Maybe, you know, they find some flats with the 10s and jacks, but I mean, we have a jack in our hand, so fuck it. All right, cool. We're going to go 6.
Sorry.
And let's go ahead and see if JL agrees with that. Let's do it.
So
12,
we're obviously betting. We have the nuts, right? So the question is
he
how
didn't like
much.
6 at
And
all.
in this spot, I think it makes sense to bet one of two
Good
sizes.
job, 12 gods.
Either we want to go small, like 3,000, to try to get hero called by the marginal pairs, like pocket 5s, pocket 8s, or maybe ace high. Like if the opponent does have ace queen, maybe they find a hero call for a small bet. I don't think we want to go medium like 6,000 because I think that's going to start making a lot of those hands fold. And I don't think we want to go 9,000 either because I think that's also going to make a lot of those hands fold while also missing value when we happen to be against a strong hand like a jack or perhaps like pocket 9s.
Similar to what we said, right?
Yeah.
So I think in this scenario, depending on the read on your opponent, you should either bet 3,000 or you should bet 12,000. And you may say, well, people really call 12,000 with a pair? I think with good pairs they will. And also, they'll definitely call if they have a jack. And I don't think it's impossible for the opponent to have a jack. Some players, especially if they do have the weaker jacks, like Jack 6 suited randomly, they will get a little bit cautious on the turn. So I don't think we can completely remove that hand from the opponent's range. So I like going for a pretty big size, like 12,000 in this scenario most of the time. Now, if you can just tell your opponent's going to fold to a bet the vast majority of the time, definitely go small to do everything you can to induce a bluff. But if you can tell your opponent's going to play the hand, they're clearly in check call mode, just bet as big as you can. And a lot of time early in a tournament, people don't even care how much is in the pot. If they have a decently strong pair here or a jack, they're just always calling. As, you know, to be fair, they should not be folding a jack. So I like a small bet or a big bet. And this time I do go for the big bet. Opponent calls, which is great. Then they show up with pocket 4s, which is an interesting play. Notice that our small turn bet was probably very good because it kept the opponent in with this pretty clear fold in my mind.
What?
And on the river, it's a bit of a bummer we didn't go small, because if we bet small, the opponent probably would have check raised, but
I think
we had
I'm
no way to
stacked.
make the opponent had a hand as strong as pocket 4s, right? If they have 4s, they could obviously have 5s and 6s and 2s and ace 3, right? So it's hard to think that the opponent's going to be check raising all that often in this scenario. But anyway, we end up winning a nice pot here, and all in all, I'm pretty happy with the hand.
How does 4s not get stacked? I am check jamming the force 100% of the time if
Fuck
I
yeah.
get here this way.
Got there, baby.
Like there's no king jack, queen jack, jack.
And you don't put a
10,
ton
ace
of Jack 7 and
combos.
Jack 3 in their range
Yeet,
either,
yeet.
right?
Yeah, I'm just yeet here.
And you
with the
beat the
fours.
pocket threes now?
100%. I'm losing my entire stack here every time with the nines.
Yeah, me too. I'm dusted.
That's a slam dunk punt. That's like 160% pot. What?
Take your
in the
fucking cooler
world?
like a
Is
goddamn
he
man.
He never gets caught by worse when the guy goes that big. Maybe this guy has a 5 head. Holy shit. Well, we have a 33. We got a 3 for the 6. Hated it. I don't know about all that. I thought it'd be reasonable. He thought it would make the pairs more indifferent at 6K than 12K.
What
because
if
of the
the fours pre-flop? Can't do that. It was like a middle position open, and you were in latish position. You have to flop.
You're in a cutoff.
And we're 200 bigs deep. Like, you have to call.
What are we scared of? Set those 2 bigs on fire. Who cares? It's not going to change if you're going to win or lose the tournament. Just put it in there. Scared to play poker. Don't be like that. Cool. We got a 33. What'd you get?
16. Dusted.
Chris out here
Good
beating
learning spot for
ass.
Julius.
Chris out here beating ass and taking names. You know where to find me, my friend. Good job. Unless you get boat over boat cooler. Yeah. Good God. All right, man. You had a keyword that you wanted to use?
I did, but it doesn't have the same effect as it did.
No dog jelly?
We could do dog jelly.
We
Dog
do
jelly it is.
Dog jelly.
You love dog jelly.
I do. I swear I've thought about an emote just sitting here like, damn, I need a dog jelly emote. A fucking animated dog jelly emote that just gets hot. I'm gonna have somebody make one, I promise.
Who's up? Tristan? 1570?
Sure. Dog jelly, Doge in the bottle. You need a gut emote. Get me out? I need to get me out emote bad. Playing for stat. Hey, Sheriff Frost. What's up, my dude? Frosty the truth. Good to see you, buddy. Hopefully the family's good.
Bruce says he likes dogs. He'd rather have cat puree. Fair.
All right, cool. Give it a second. We're gonna do quiz 1570. Also, give you guys another chance and another shout out to the Poker Coaching Discord. We spent a shitload of time in here, so be sure to hop in here. We do study groups. Couple days. There's study groups 4 or 5 days a week. You know, we do shit in here as well. We're gonna be doing some hand history reviews and stuff like that, where we run every hand and coach some of the students in the Discord. So be sure to hop in for that. AMAs, all that fun stuff. So be sure to, I'll put the link in there. Join if you haven't.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're pumping out the content like Six has said. 4 study groups a week, plus the study stream, plus monthly AMA, plus the rooms just always going off. So if you're looking for good content, we're spewing it everywhere.
All right, I'm ready to roll when you are.
Let's do it. The beats. Damn, we're getting all the old schoolers today.
We got Frosty in this bitch. Let's go. Look at that.
You called it. You threw it out in the
I
universe.
did. Oh, I know, right? That's kind of sick. I love it. 1 second. Let me put this in chat. Where's it at? There it is. All right, cool. I'm ready. 1570. Good luck, Frosty. You already know, my dude.
Yep, let's do it.
Yep.
Hey there, Poker Coaching. It's your coach, Tristan Wade. I have another quiz from 525 online MTT.
Smo, thank you for the follow.
We raise 2 8s under the
Dana,
gun
thank you for the
on
follow.
30
He's
bigs.
ACR.
Action folds around to the
The
small
man.
blind, who's a blaster, who calls. Big blind folds, heads up to the flop. The flop comes 3 3 4 2 diamonds. They check, and I want to know, what should you do here? Should you check? Should you bet 700 or bet 1800?
What up, Chip Critic?
I know what to do. What now? Crest says 700, Raging Owl with the 18. Frosty says bet small.
Lots of 7s coming into my chat. Presty with an 18 though.
7-7. 700
18
for
for my
Frosty.
cash.
7 for Felice. 7 for Big Steez. What am I do?
7 for Beats. Sutton says small day on these paired boards. 18 for Dane. Lots of 7s. Sprinkle of 18s. No checks.
Big Steez, you a Capital Steez fan? The rapper? Love me some Capital Steez. Might be more like 1K in game. All right.
Danny Warhol going 18.
We're going small here. Frosty's going small.
Okay.
And what is
Small
what do you
for
have over there?
Beats.
Small for Beats as well. Toe?
Big as hell.
I'm going fucking 1800 here every time.
All the times.
I'm never going small here. I mean, a small blind calling range as well that has 0 3s and worse under pairs that we can just stack. I don't want to deny equity. The 18 is going to allow us. The 18 is going to allow us to have a shallower SPR as his hand needs protection. Equities run fairly close. I don't think he has too many overpairs he's flatting. So 18. Don't be in your comfort box of always betting small. I don't.
Yeah, you'll notice too. Like we bet small on these paired boards a lot. I don't remember who said it in the chat, but you do that. But there's about 15 to 20% of your range that you're going to bet big with. And on 3-4-3, 7 high boards, it's always going to be the pairs that are just above that. Your top pair and your pairs that are just above that need a lot of protection.
Well, it's
so
also yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Betty. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to say that's like all applicable, but it can't be versus big blind when big blind's going to have like on those paired 7 boards and all that. This is small blind and he doesn't have any 3s outside of base 3. Pocket 4s, things like that. Whereas in a big blind, if it's 5-5, 6-6, 7-7, 8-8, they're going to have those trips. So you don't really get to go big those spots as much. You agree? Or do you go big versus big blind in those spots?
I go big versus big blind on those too. I could check though. I might be overdoing it. I've been accused.
Yeah, I think it's versus small blind, honestly. I mean, versus big blind, I don't think we use as many big bets when they can have the trips. But maybe we do. But we're gonna go 7 here. Maybe 7 is just steel theory here. But and we need to go.
I already got that flop run, so I'll just look later.
Haha, nice.
I got all the boards.
I would go 18 in game versus this.
Me too. 7 for Beats. Let's do it.
Let's see if do it.
The only mistake you could make here is checking this flop.
Okay, so he doesn't hit.
We have a hand that needs protection. We don't have a diamond. We have an overpair. Yep. We're up against a range that's likely wide that does have a lot of hands that can have equity against us. So we definitely want to bet. And most of the time we'll be betting small here. So if you picked bet 700, you got 10 points. If you picked bet 1800, that's 2 an option, although it's probably not used as much, but it definitely is an option. And that's actually what I went with this hand. I went with a bigger sizing here, although I think the default should be a smaller bet size.
Great minds think alike.
No big deal. The turn is the king of clubs. They check, and I want to know, what should you do now? Should you check? Should you bet 2,500, or should you bet 4,000?
Sized up and got called.
Check fold. Agent says check and fold. Check. Bet fold. Hero call says. Okay. 25 for Carter. 25 for Frosty. In my games. So you betting 25 or 4K?
4K for Beats.
4K for Beats?
Yep.
Woo! I think Frosty was going 2.5K. Yeah. Make sure to tag.
Lots of 4Ks and a check.
Your
with a
answer might
mark.
get lost in the chat.
In my chat.
But I see you, Frosty, 25. You capping? You checking? Can you get called by words? You want to cap? What are we doing here?
Never capping.
I feel you. I, I'm on like team 25 as well.
Kind of
Like
leaning there too.
because the thing is, the king is really good for our overall range. There's still worse hands. I call it. I think we can bet check. Here still like merging our range between still getting called by some worse hands with the diamond draws, the made calls and charging those. This king's pretty good for our range. I'm not fucking checking and then check folding river. Ain't no way. 2.5k.
Yeah, buy the river check.
Yeah, I mean,
Kinda
and
where
get value from diamonds
Four
on turn.
and some worse pairs.
Diamond draws, diamonds still call you queen jack, queen 10 of diamonds and all those hands.
Yep.
So we still going
Uh-oh. Kid's about to get the beat down.
now the dog just fell down the steps.
The dog fell down the steps? That was Squeak.
Yeah, we got
was
an
the
older
dog?
dog. Yeah, I got an older dog.
Oh, it's an older
She just
dog.
gave up. Yeah.
That's
There wasn't no wifey didn't give up cookies. Nah, she good. It was the dog. I got an older dog. She's good.
That's funny.
Cool. 25 for me, 25 for Frosty, and
4 for beats.
all right, let's do it. Please.
All right, this gets a little
Thank God.
interesting. The king of clubs on the turn doesn't really change a whole lot. They shouldn't have many king X in their range unless they have like some suited king X of diamonds. So we can go ahead and bet this turn smaller sizing to try to get value from weaker hands. And
40%.
that's an option. The other option is checking. So both of those are 10 points. It's either a small size here or a check, and both of those are options that are going to be used quite a bit. Just depending who you're playing against, depending how you feel. If this is a player who you feel like their ranges are tighter, then you probably want to check here a little bit more. If you think this is someone who's a little weaker, then you can bet. You know, it just depends. But either way, this is a spot where it's a mixed strategy, and even if we check here, it's not like we have to keep checking the river depending on what the river is. So the only bad score here would be bet 4,000. That's just too much. We don't want to be betting big here. We want to incentivize weaker hands to call us. But if you're a little scared of this opponent, then checking the turn is fine. And that was me. I was a little timid in this spot, not really knowing if this king connected with my opponent, since I thought they would have some way more king X floats than usual. So I did check back here. And the river's a deuce of hearts. They check now again. And what should you do here? Should you check? Should you bet 3,000 or bet 6,000?
Calls the flop, goes check, check to the river. What's the play, yo?
Wait a minute. What did he get for the 4 on the turn?
3.
Oh, I thought somebody said he got goosed.
No. I would have said, me, I don't let those have. I would have said something.
Being your hero, call for stat. Oh, now he checks. Chris says check. Carter's going 3K. Raging Owl's checking. Oh, wait a minute. Since he's a blaster, I'm jamming. Shut your ass up. Which side did you use the Frosty? Stop trolling.
Both check and bet small got 10 points there, Jerome. Pot this.
DC does.
6 for Bruce.
Check, don't see how we
Jimmy.
get value for much worth. Oh. The problem is they still bet value buffs, and now I have my buffs. 3K.
Smo said he was
for
giving up
Frosty.
sticking to it. Pot this bitch, says Beats.
Pot this beach. I know what I'm doing. Frosty's going 3K.
Yeah, I would go bigger than that, I think. I don't know if I would go pot. Like in game, I feel like I would go like 4.5 or something.
I'm fucking potting this bitch for sure. He's capped as shit. He ain't never got better than this.
Yeah, I'm going like 4.5. So I'm still sizing way the fuck up. But yeah, I'm
going 6. Pot. He's capped. He ain't got no king.
No,
he's capped.
No 3.
I mean, we can be polar because we might want to use some of our, if we had been in like UTG or something like that. I mean, we're opening like our queen highs, jack highs, and things like that, and c betting those. Maybe checking some turns. turning those hands into a bluff being polar. I have a bluffing range that's going to be polar. I feel like our equity shot sky way up when he checks.
Yep.
I just feel like I have a massive equity share in his hand when he checks and he's capped.
Yep.
And there's hands we can get called by that are worse.
Yep.
So,
And we don't really want to target just ace high, Sutton, which is why we don't go smaller. We want to target, fuck ace high when you can get max value from a 4 and then 5s through 7s, right? So,
he has ace 4.
Be greedy.
Ace 4 of hearts and, ace 4 of clubs. And then he has pocket 5s, 6s, and 7s. And he may even just hero your ass with an ace high occasion, like at small frequency.
People don't call down with ace high that much, Like, you're losing a lot of equity, I think, by betting small.
All right, 3K here for Frosty, though. All right, let's do it.
So I think this is the most interesting spot in the hand.
8 points.
I've been checked 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
I checked back the turn.
Oh, he meant to have this at 10.
Now what do I want to do? The good news for the viewer is you couldn't have picked a bad score. Every score I gave was 8 points. I think every option here is available to us.
He didn't give any 10s.
Against some players where we're just uncertain if they'll call us with weaker hands, or that they might put us all in. We can check here. I think betting small, like half pot, is also good. And then I think going for the gusto and betting big here, whether that's 6,000 or maybe even all in, could be an option too if you think you can get hero called by some ace highs or some 4x or deuce x or what have you here, that your opponent might decide to call 5, 6, 7s. I don't think the opponent's going to have many stronger pairs in their range, like 9s plus, 10s plus. I think those all get 3-bet pre-flop. So if they don't have a king, we more or less have the best hand here. So that's why this river is so interesting to me, because I think you can do anything, really. With this particular hand, it mixes in checks and bets.
What the fuck? Dude, this is 2 minutes
It's probably pretty well distributed between what option we pick. And I think against this opponent, betting 3,000 would probably be the best bet. I think it's clear that we have the best hand and we can just get value. And if they do go all in on us, then that's just a decision we'll have to make if it happens. But, I don't think I played this hand that great. I went with a big bet on the flop. I checked the turn, and then I kind of wimped out and just checked the river. I do think it's an option to play it like this, but against a blaster who's going to have wide ranges, I think I just got to go ahead and bet. So, again, I'm not playing this hand optimally. I make a few errors probably, but that's why I'm here to help others so you can learn from my horrible mistakes. So, yeah, we see
Matt does the same thing.
Equity. Would they have called a bet? I don't know. But this is the interesting discussion. We don't make money checking. We do make money if we bet half pot. And do we make money if we go all in here? That's something kind of interesting to consider. I think.
I see.
It's only like 125 pot.
It looks kind of awkward for us. I mean, we either
have shit, yeah, it is. Jam.
I don't know, some other kind of hammerlock hand to be going all in here for value. So maybe we do get looked up by a hand like this. With a big bet or an all-in. So it's an interesting spot nonetheless, but one I think I should have bet something on the river, and I probably cost myself some value here.
I love it. It's like, that's why I'm here, so you can learn from my terrible mistakes.
It's true. Matt Affleck has a bunch of quizzes. You could tell he's finding the mistakes and then just making quizzes of those. So we got a 28.
21.
Ines.
We got Chris destroyed on the turn.
Well played. Let's go, boys. Good job, Frosty. You already know. I have time for one more, and it cannot be a long one. I'm going to Top Golf or potentially the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame right after this. So
we've seen him golf before. He should go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I'm fucking terrible. Fucking terrible. I might put it on Insta of me swinging a golf club and just get trolled for life. It's bad.
All right. Let's. Who you want?
Last one. Oh, we keyword.
Oh, wait, keyword first.
Oh, it ain't that bad. Maybe it is. I don't know. Keyword will be six toes. Let's just get something. Six toes.
You got lazy.
I did. I'm starting to panic. I'm thinking about swinging a golf club. It's making me nervous. All right, we'll pick a quiz. What's up, Day Pass? At the same time, you screwed me. I couldn't get a perfect score. Yeah, true, Frosty.
It's true. You got denied the switch.
Yeah, that's weak as hell.
Nasty.
For people, yeah, that's actually bad.
That Frosty life. Almost a switch. Just not quite.
Every single time. every time, Frosty.
So
that's
close,
just your life,
so
my dude.
close to perfection.
You're running bad as fuck. Do everything right and still lose. We can either do 1572. Do we have any more
Sex toes? Bruce, that's a different channel. GodsBigToe OnlyFans for that stuff.
You can check out my Only Cans channel. Only Cans, for when we go broke and I'm just smashing cans for money.
Sell that ass. Gotta do what you gotta do. You got family to feed.
1572. Let's do that one.
1572.
Yep.
Because the conversation started to get weird. Roll it! Pucks in poker.
Dude, every time I've said somebody's name, they just won it the next time. It was only 2 eligible. Wait a minute. Why was this? Did I fuck it up? Did I fuck something up? I see more people typing in here. Damn, that's kind of fucked. Guys, I fucked something up.
Make it open and just have it. Let them post anything.
They pass actual. Yeah, I'm gonna make it open. Yeah, I'm gonna run it again. My bad, buddy. I don't know. I griefed it. Felice, if you're still out there.
Felice Suete.
Yes. Put me in, coach.
The power couple
Felice,
of the poker world.
Felice and Cosin.
Felice and Cosin.
C+ streamer for sure. A+ poker.
They need to buy a guest house for all that
player.
global swag they got going on. I've seen the shelf.
All right, let's do it. The last one of the afternoon. 1572.
1572. Hey, Dane, thank you for the prime sub. I appreciate you, buddy. Let's go, Pucks. Let's do it.
All right. Clicked it.
For my next series of quizzes, we're going to be going through hands from a $5,000 buy-in World Poker Tour tournament that I played in Mirage, where I made a pretty deep run. I think I took 8th place or something like that out of about 1,000 people.
5K.
8th place almost pays the bills. All right, let's take a look at the fun hands from this game. Folds around to me early in the tournament, playing 100, 200 blinds. We have King 9 offsuit. Pretty reasonable hand. Should we fold, call, raise to 400, or raise to 600?
What we gonna do?
Oh, deep run. We can be super aggro here. We definitely aren't losing our stack. All right, 600s across the board thus far. Dusty with the 600, Crest, Day Pass, Carter. See what Felice is doing. Don't be shy. 600 to 4.
I was really feeling Jonathan there saying 8th place almost pays the bills. I've had a good month this month, but I've had almost 40 final tables this month. And of those 40, 25 of them have been 6s through 9s. Like, there's so much money left on the tables.
That is pretty brutal.
Can I raise 500? We'll go 600, says Pucks and Poker.
Yep.
6, all in the chat.
We're going. Felice said 6 as well. She would do 500. It doesn't matter, man. I mean, some guy in a live tournament like this, I'd probably just go 6. But if you go 4, it's not gonna make that. The EV's not gonna be that much.
At 175, you could even go 8 and be fine. but I wouldn't go too much more than that.
All right, we're going 6. Let's do it.
Yep.
This is definitely a hand we want to play, and playing this deep stack.
Just don't min
175
raise.
Big blinds deep. I'm going to be raising to about 3 big blinds. I'm fine with raising to 2 big blinds, but in general, we're not really concerned with having our whole stack at risk. So if anything, if we think we're going to win most of the hands we play in position, we'd rather just make the pot slightly bigger. And I have to imagine most people are going to call a little bit too wide in this spot, whether or not you make it small or, to 3 big blinds. So I like a 3 big blind raise for the most part when we are playing deep stacked. And a kid in the big blind calls. Flop comes Jack of spades, 10 of clubs, 9 of spades, giving us bottom pair, a gut shot straight draw, an overcard, and a backdoor flush draw. We basically have the nuts. Should we check, bet 400, bet 800, or bet 1200?
ACR Chapo says, very cool to see your progression over the years, Jay. I used to lurk years ago. Thank you for that, man. I really appreciate the recognition. Me and Sixes, for the last 4 or 5 years, have just been working our fucking asses off. And it's nice to see the fruits of our labor, and it's nice to be recognized for that. So I appreciate the comments, man. What are we doing here?
We see 400, 800. We see some half pot. See quarter pot, about 800 half pot. Check for the Carter. This is going half pot.
12 for Smo, 400 for Bruce, 400 for J Bills, 400 for Presty, 8 for G-Man. We have every answer but check right now. Who's got a check? Do we see a check?
I see no checks, all 8s. Oh, no, I do see a check. Carter's checking. We see one check.
Oh, we got one.
Yep.
This is Big Blind Defend. 400 for Xenu. 400 for Beats. Who's it? Pucks and Poker is our
I'm reading
contestant.
The quiz title.
The level.
Look at the size of the head on this guy. That big ass head.
The levels.
Shit. All right, cool. Let's
400 for Pucks.
Police is going 800 here.
Sizing up.
What are you doing?
Conflicted as fuck. Party wants to bet, and on this board against PB Defend, I think we have the range advantage pretty good here, and sizing up seems to make a little bit of sense. I'm probably not betting small, so it's kind of 800 or check for me, and I'm really mixed between the two.
I mean, if you put this in a solver, this has to be a fucking board with we're just betting always. I can't imagine we're checking, right?
And betting small or betting big?
A mix of a bunch of different sizes with depending on hands. I'm wondering if this hand is just 12, but I don't know.
Really big.
But I mean, maybe 8's good. It feels like now someone said playing cautiously. Goddamn well JL's going to check this now.
I mean, we kind of have the nut advantage. We have 10s and jacks, and they don't.
How do we get blasted off for never folding to a check raise?
I think King Queen's pretty close.
Never folding.
They have more 7-8.
It's gonna be hard to run this hand as well at this stack depth. But Felice is going 8. I mean, I would see bet something for sure. I would probably be on the 60% side on here.
I would mix big and check for sure.
I'm big and small. I mean, I think no matter what, I'm calling a check raise. So it's in this deep. I'm not that scared to play this in position. So 800.
Cool. We're going forward. Let's find out.
You want to keep the pot small and cap your range? Fuck that. All right, let's go.
So this is a pretty clear marginal made hand. If we play a small pot with this, like check, 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 cappies. Call river bet, or check, check, bet turn, check, check, river, we probably have the best hand, and that's going to be fine and good. But if we bet the flop and get raised, it's pretty bad because we could be against a better hand, or it could be against a strong draw. If we bet and get called, we could easily be against a jack or a 10 and be behind. So this is a spot where, even though our hand is pretty vulnerable to being outdrawn, I think the right play is just to let it go check, check, and see what develops on the turn. If we are going to bet, I think we want to bet on the bigger side, like 800 or 1200, because we are essentially trying to price out hands that have reasonable equity or get called by hands like Queen 3 or whatnot that are in pretty marginal shape. That said, I just don't think betting makes a whole lot of sense here, so let's let it go check. Turns a 9, which is great. Opponent checks again. Should we check, bet 400, bet 800, or bet 1200?
In game, he checked, right?
In game he checked, correct.
Cool.
Yeah, this would be an interesting hand to run at 100. I wonder if we have this at
Yeah, it's one of
100.
those spots too deep. We don't really want to bloat pot so much, right?
But at the same time, it's like I've seen it like on these 3 high card boards in position. But I could see a merit for checking as well.
Sure. I was really, really tied up. 800 streaming through the chat right now.
Check turn,
800,
JK,
800.
XD. What now?
800.
Trip
800,
9,
says-
he checks twice. 12 for the Carter. 8 for Felice.
800 for the whole army so far.
Know what I'm doing.
Me too.
I do
800 for the whole army.
12
12 for beats. What are you doing, Pucks?
Felice is going 8, all right.
What the fuck's Pucks? There he is. 1200.
Pot. Yeah. I mean, what's the biggest bet we can make? Options available. 12. I would probably pot it in game, but
Yep.
yeah, 12 is fine.
Yep.
Big.
Yep.
None of this little shit. No 800, no 6, no 4. Pot.
His
12,
flushes, his 10x,
done.
his jack x, his queen x, all calling a big bet. Yep.
Yep. Pot. So
Pot.
let's go ahead and go 12. We're going 8. Felice is going 8. I almost
Puck's
clicked
going
12 for you. All right, let's see. JL agrees.
I don't think we overbet. At that point, you start pushing things out.
Maybe. I mean, you could. I mean, I don't know about in this exact situation, but sometime on turn. But yeah, we usually just go big
Yep.
if we check
Man, I don't hate like 52
in their cap.
or something. All right,
Yeah,
let's
close.
Something I've learned from studying with
Pop.
the solvers and making the
Yep.
tournament masterclass are that in this scenario, whenever it does go check on the flop and you want to be value betting on the turn, usually you want to be betting using a pretty big size on the turn because typically whatever your opponent has some equity and you don't really care if they fold. And also there are some hands in my range that just have little to no equity themselves that want to get the opponent to fold. So in this spot, I'm going to be betting using a pretty big size with a polarized range. And if I did have a hand like a 10 here, like King 10, I would just let it check again. So whenever I do bet turn, I'm usually betting something like a good jack and better, and then just some pretty junky draws like King high, Ace high, 7 high, right? Hands like that are in pretty bad shape. And that's going to put my opponent in a pretty nasty scenario. And because we're betting very polarized, we definitely want to use a large size, either 800 or 1200. If I was playing this spot today, I would have bet 1200, I think. But in this hand history from a few years ago, I bet 800, and I think this is probably leaving a little bit of money on the table. Now, the opponent surprises me and they raise me. I was not expecting that.
What?
Should we fold?
Hell.
Call, re-raise to 7,000, or go all in?
Hell.
What do you mean? How's the hell we're getting 3-1 in position with trips?
Sucks to get raised here.
Got to call 16. 48 out there.
Jam for bills.
Plus it, yeah, just call. That's what. Why is this bad? He overbet for us, right? Yeah, Carter. Carter snaps.
It's not great. Think about his range for check call, check raise.
Yeah, but we have tons of outs versus everything.
I mean, it can't be that good. Your ass ain't raising it.
I don't want to. I don't want to make him just call
to.
it better and fold worse. I don't want to.
I don't want
to raise in position. We're not fist pumping though. Hell no. We can be dead, but I mean, I'm in there. I'm happy.
Call for pucks. Everybody calling. Whole everything call. Everyone but J Bill's calling.
I have no fear when
I believe we did check the flop, Zeno.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, we're just calling. Felice is calling. I'm calling. You're calling. Everybody's calling. I don't see the point in raising here, so let's just call.
Yep.
So when the opponent check raises, they are essentially announcing a very polarized range. Because, to be fair, when I bet the turn, I should have been kind of polarized. Maybe they view my half pot bet as more of a linear range, just like a jack, a 10, etc. But if I am very polarized myself, my opponent is still raising. They should have a very, very strong range of premium hands and draws. So against a very strong range of premium hands and draws, how does King 9 fare? Well, it turns out it's a marginal bluff catcher. It's a good bluff catcher. We're not trying to fold this hand. But if we re-raise, then we're going to let our opponent just get their money in with the super premium draws and the super premium made hands, which is not really what I'm going for. So I think the right play is to just call. Also, early in a tournament, whether or not it's re-entry tournament, I'm not really trying to play a big pot with a marginal made hand. And you got to realize, anytime your opponent check raises you after you've shown aggression on the turn or the river, they are essentially saying they either have a really good hand or a draw. And in this scenario, even though we have trips, it is not a premium hand because we could be against a straight, better trips, or full house, right? So I think the right play is to just call. Calling keeps the opponent's range as wide as we possibly can.
Yes.
And it also induces bluffs on the river while also minimizing the amount we're going to lose when we happen to be behind.
Surprise in your face.
River's the ace of clubs. And now the opponent checks. It's kind of weird. Should we check? Bet 2,400? Bet 4,800? Or bet 6,200?
Check raise, check. What the hell? This is a 5K. They're like getting cray-cray here. Oh, shit.
All
Crazy fives making an appearance.
4.8, playing cautiously, so check. 6222 in game. I don't know what this opponent is doing.
Bruce checking,
62.
Jerome checking.
People are so shook and confused, they just want to check.
Sutton checking. Checking. Smoke on 24. There's a bet. Bet from Xenu. 48 for Monkey May I.
48. What is Felice doing here? Has not went yet.
Do the Huckleberry one blind bet. Don't do that. This isn't the spot for that. There, Beats.
And you're in position. Nope.
Opus checking. Ranger checking. Everybody.
They got a 3-bet that bet folds.
Beat ball betting.
Felice, where you at?
4,800 for putts as well.
Cool. Okay, cool. They're both going 48.
Yep.
You betting?
Yep.
Yeah, me too. I think it's a reasonable spot to bet.
I don't think he check raise checks like King Queen here. Why would he do that? He would just bet King Queen. So, 7-8 maybe. Otherwise, we're in good fucking shape.
It's time we get value from Queen now. You can have Ace Jack or something. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like his check raise range on the turn, and then we get here with trips. I feel like it's still too strong to check, but we do have to be kind of cautious. I wouldn't use a small size. It just feel like we can get called by maybe a few worse hands here. So
yeah, we're so strong.
8-9, 7-9, 6-9, maybe worse. Maybe if he has a Jack and Jack 10 or something like that and decided to check raise turn is weird. Any Ace X bluff. They just check raise turn. I don't know. We have to just bet 48.
I think so.
All right, 48. Queen Jack.
48
You might
putts
semi
too.
bluff as well. Yeah, that's a good one, Brian. Yep. All right, let's try it. Let's do it. 48.
So
Nice.
I think past
Bing, bing,
Jonathan
bing, bing,
Little
bing, bing, bing,
would
bing,
probably
bing, bing,
take
bing.
the passive line and check here, and I don't hate checking
Bing,
in this
bing, bing,
spot. It certainly does keep you out of trouble and makes it to where you never get blown off the best hand. You have to ask, though, if I do bet, am I really planning on folding to a raise? Is the opponent really going to check raise the turn and then check raise the river? It seems pretty aggressive. If they do check raise the river, though, it could easily be a check raise all in, which is certainly annoying. Do we want to face the check raise all in? Obviously not, or even any size check raise. This is a spot, though, where I think our hand is just good enough to go for value. The opponent could easily have ace-high flush draw that just made top pair that doesn't really need to bet. They could also easily have a worse 9, like 9-8, that check raise turn for value and then decided to check the river for whatever reason to induce a bluff from spades or whatever it's doing. So I think we need to go for value here, and I think we need to go pretty big, like 4,800. Typically, you're going to find that in position on the river, you don't really want to use a ton of small bets. You'd rather just bet a little bit bigger and get more value.
Listen.
So yeah, I think a 4,800 bet in this spot would be pretty nice. And when we get check raise, yeah, it's miserably bad. But again, that's just not going to happen all that often. You have to get the fear out of your head of being check raised in these spots because it really just does not happen all that often. Now, if you know your opponent's going to check raise you super wide, then sure, value bet and then just call off against a raise, right? If you know your opponent's only check raise in the turn with really good hands and really good draws, then maybe you don't even value bet. Or if you can look and tell your opponent loves their hand on the river, maybe you don't value bet. But in general, I think we need to go for the bet. But if you did say check, I don't hate it. And in fact, I did let it go check. And I think in the past, I was a little bit too concerned with not going broke early in tournaments or not losing big pots early in tournaments. But I do think there's certainly value to be had in this scenario. Now, our opponent had 10-8 of spades, so they were not going to pay us anyway. And for all I know, maybe they're going to check raise me all in. Who knows? But I think in general, we want to go for the value bet in the spot.
God damn, that's a sexy ass. And that flop. God, what a flop for 10-8 of spades. Sheesh.
To then whiff.
Why would he? Yeah, why would he check raise a turn? I mean, I get it. Little semi bluff, check raising some of your best draws. So, we have a 48. She crushed it. What'd you get? I'm afraid you're about to just say 50 or something.
47.
Oh, good job, Felice. That's so sick. You won by one.
What if we do if they bet? We just have to call with the 9. If they check raise turn and then bet river.
Bet river? Oh, snap.
Yeah, you have to call.
You're not loving it, but it's too strong to fold.
Too strong. Man.
Some of the other draws missed as well.
And you have the king of spades, which helps. Yeah, blocking a lot of the nuts. Cool. You got it.
Cool. That's gonna do it, guys. Thank you for the support. We're gonna get out of here. I'm about to go golfing.
Weird.
And then go to the Rock Hall of Fame. So it should be a good day. Be sure to check me out tomorrow. I will be streaming a Sunday. I'm going to be playing the Iggy Millie tomorrow as well, and a big ass schedule. And I think the BDPO series just started our initiative, so it's going to be a gigantic day for me. Playing the Millie around 2 p.m. So good luck, everybody, this weekend. Make sure to give my man GodsBigToe a follow. Let's give GodsBigToe a follow.
Jerome says 4.
Make sure to check out PC. If you guys want to just check out these free quizzes, get some charts, access to charts, all that fun stuff. Quizzes, I think you get 20, 30 of them, 25 of them or something like that for free.
Something like that.
Just for signing up.
Yep.
Yeah, you can get in the Discord. There's a bunch of study groups you can hop in for free as well. So there's a lot of free value out there for you guys, man. Trying to get better without much, or don't want to spend much. So check those out. And Toe, do you have anything you want to drop it off with?
All the links to my chat for you. Got the Discord in there. Got YouTube if you want to see this one we've ever done, or anyone we've ever done in the past. We've had a lot of guests. We've had Affleck. Yeah. We've had Tristan. We've had Evan a few times. We've had a bunch of the big streamers. We've had a bunch of big players. We have Faraz Jaka. Check all those out on the YouTube channel. ! YouTube and YouTube chat. Also, PC Discord. We talked about that a bunch. PC.com. Sent the caster command. Ready, go. Throw the host over to Braz.
Poker Braz or Evan?
Either way.
Evan's running marbles. Is Poker Bros playing poker?
Yes.
Poker.
All right. We'll see you next time. Peace.
See you guys. Take care, guys. Peace. Stop streaming.
West Money. Thank you for the follow.
Oh, shit. Bang.